Welcome to Three Sisters in a Van.
We're the three sisters. I'm Ophelia. I'm Florence.
And I'm Delilah. We hope you enjoy our adventures.
Hi again, everyone.
Can we start that again?
Yeah.
I was fixing that.
Okay. Hi again, everyone. Welcome back to Three Sisters in a Van. We've got a bit of a big update on where we're up to currently. Probably about a week and a half. Our last little bit in Victoria before we shift on to South Australia.
But it was an action-packed week and a half. There was a lot done in that week and a half.
There was,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, so I've got a bit to cover on where we've been and talk to you about our favourite spots. So we'll get into it and, chat about it now. So we left off leaving Ballarat.
We were heading towards the Great Ocean Road for our next adventure.
So we did make it. And our first stop was...
Our first stop was Timboon.
Easy one to remember, with my name being Tim.
Oh, sure. Yep.
Yep.
So we set up at Timboon
At the sports ground
the
there.
recreation
Yep.
reserve there, which was a really great spot.
Really good, really windy when we got there. It was about 34 k's an hour wind. Couldn't open the caravan door without it nearly coming off its hinges, so that was fun. One of the joys of living on the road.
But
Lots of wind.
it cleared up a little bit in the days that followed. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a really nice spot. Never heard of Timboon before, but would highly recommend, if not staying there, passing through and having a look. So it's a nice little town.
Yeah, so Timboon is part of the Great Ocean Road Gourmet Trail, and so you kind of come up off the Great Ocean Road into the hinterland area a little bit, and they've got lots of kind of cool things up there. So we went to the
ice cream
creamery.
Shop. Yeah, that was really good.
Was
The girls
very good.
twisted our arms again to go get some more ice cream.
Yeah.
They have a distillery.
They do. They had
We didn't visit that.
the
but
distillery, the
that
Timboon
looked
Railway
really
Shed Distillery. They've got a cheesery just outside of town. Handily, they've also got a laundromat in town, which we made full use of
They've got
when we got there.
really for a little stopover, don't they?
Yeah, they've got a really cool rail trail. So for getting on your bike or going for a run or a really nice
you can go
walk.
for 20 or 30 k's along
Yeah, it's pretty
to the
good.
next town, so
Yeah.
a fair height. They have a park run as well, which I didn't have a go at, but
Not this time.
missed that one.
Yep.
But that's okay. But yeah, really good stop. And from there, we based ourselves to do a couple of Great Ocean Road trips.
Yeah, because for us
Day
we
trips.
found that there weren't really a lot of great, affordable, dog-friendly spots to stop on the Great Ocean Road.
Or if there were, you had to leave your dog behind because you couldn't actually then go into some of the national park areas of the Great Ocean Road, so you'd have to have somewhere for...
You would then have to drive out to put the dog somewhere.
There wasn't too many, so there was a really good dog kennel, not very expensive, not far out of Timboon, which we put Charlie in for a night while we did our exploration of the Great Ocean Road again.
Yeah.
And that was good.
It was good. It was a good spot to base yourself.
Yeah.
If you're looking for somewhere on the Great Ocean Road for a caravan.
Yep. So we did that. We went out the second day there, dropped Charlie off, and then went on an adventure to Otway National Park.
We did well. That was the plan. We were going to go straight from Timboon straight to the Great Otway National Park and head out to
do a couple of walks.
the lighthouse and look at things out there.
It would have been an hour to an hour and a half, I think, to get there. Maybe not even that much. But us being not seasoned travellers, or me especially, thought there'd be some petrol stations along the way. And we went past Port Campbell. And
I don't think the petrol was a good price
No,
there.
it wasn't a good price. I thought there'd be more petrol on the way. And kept going, and we were well under a quarter of a tank. And then the warning signs started.
Red lights started flashing.
Yeah, that we were running out of petrol. So we stopped at a little town not far out from the Otway National Park walk itself and asked, and
Just up and in a little bit.
there was no petrol, 41, 44 k's each way. So we had to nurse ourselves into Apollo Bay just with about half a litre of
I don't know how we
diesel
made
left.
it there.
No, the light was on for a very long time. So we did fill it up there.
So word of advice, if you're travelling on the Great Ocean Road, there is really no petrol station,
Just
so fill it up whenever you see one.
So Apollo Bay we did fill up, reminisced about our driving honeymoon many years ago.
Yeah, so we went
It
to
was
Apollo Bay.
incredibly busy.
It was this time, wasn't it?
Not as we remembered it. We remembered it being a bit quieter and sleep, but there was about 1,000 buses there with tourists.
Lots
And
of kind
the shops
of
were busy.
chartered buses going.
Oh,
You
there's
couldn't
people
park,
everywhere,
you
I
couldn't
think.
line up to go to the bathrooms. It
Many
was
people in Melbourne.
wild.
Yeah, so we got
So
out
we
of there.
didn't really spend
No.
very much time
We
there
got out
at
there
all.
pretty quick, and we went to the Cape Otway
To the lighthouse
station
Yep.
walk, and we got entry there, which is half price because the lighthouse is closed. Because
To
of,
walk up, yeah.
yeah, so you usually can go up there. So we did a walk around there.
Couldn't go up there because they'd had a mercury leak.
Yeah, I suppose that's not good for humans.
No, so that's
we
closed, so you
couldn't
can
go
only
in
kind of
there.
look on the outside but not go
And-
inside.
Had a look at the history of the lighthouse and what that area was used for. The girls
Signalling stations.
yeah, learned a bit about the wartime. It's I guess function in the wartime, which was interesting.
Yeah.
Them not knowing a lot about that.
Bunker and submarines
And
and,
they-
all sorts of things.
They did some good mapping skills. You get a map on the way in, and they found their way around the map. So really good.
Some
I
Morse
guess,
code
Yeah,
there
Morse
to
code.
decipher and
So a
have
lot
a
of-
look at. So
lot
lots
of
of educational opportunities
learning
there.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were there many years ago, and we were looking forward to seeing some koalas on the drive-in, which we remember seeing lots. But the koalas, we saw one koala at the very entrance of the drive-in, and it was
That one
about to
koala.
come across the road.
Yeah, that one koala's lucky to still be. That one koala was walking across the road
Funny
in a
devil.
very safe
So,
manner.
apart from that, we did not see another koala, and we did learn.
We did learn that there used to be a lot of koalas, like we remembered, but there are very few there anymore, which is really disappointing to hear. And the girls were wondering, they could see a lot of dead gums throughout the park. And apparently it's because of the lack of fire that's gone through the area. So I think maybe they must be one of those species of eucalypt that require a fire to seed. And so because we've become so good at managing bushfires, there's been no fire pass through there, which has now led to no seedlings kind of coming through, and the koalas are kind of eaten through the food source that is there available without anything new coming. So pretty
Moving
sad.
further away. Yeah, so there's not many
So apparently
koalas.
they've been working on some conservation efforts and doing some work
that's-
there for the
so
last
up-
10 or so years. Yeah.
Well, just after we left. So
Yeah.
it all visited. Yeah.
So hopefully, Cape Otway National Park, they can kind of manage to work and see if they can bring that back.
Where did we stop on the way home from there? We looked at the 12 Apostles. We walked
did.
through the walk out to the 12
did.
Apostles.
Yep.
Again, very busy. Lots of tourists. We expect that.
We were there a holiday.
And it was in the, kind of, not, if you go a bit later maybe, or a bit earlier, there's probably not as many.
Yeah,
people
we were
there.
there kind of
were
mid-afternoon,
there, yeah.
weren't we?
And by this stage, the girls were well and truly over the
They
many
were.
hours in the car, and they were grumpy. It wasn't very enjoyable.
It wasn't really.
So if we had to give the day a rating, it would be very low on our, probably one of our worst days. When you think going to the Great Ocean Road and the 12 Apostles would be fantastic, but
We did. We
wasn't.
thought it was going to be, a really epic day, but I think it was
we rushed in the morning
probably
to get
dead
out.
set, our
And then-
worst day.
Yeah. So I kind of
Lessons
Painted.
learned, though.
Yeah.
Lessons learned
Yeah,
from
yeah.
it. One, stop and put petrol in.
Yeah.
Two,
I've done that ever since.
yeah. Two,
Don't spend too long in the car. driving,
yeah,
if you don't
we
have to.
we only have a certain amount of time where we can enjoyably be
Yeah.
travelling.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know. It started to feel like we were stopping for the point of stopping and ticking the things off and saying, oh, we saw this, we went to Lockhart Gorge, we went to here, we went to this, we kind of go tick, tick, tick. And at the end of the day, we really reevaluated why we were doing that, because that wasn't really the purpose ever of the 12 months away to start with. We weren't kind of heading off to tick off everything on the big lap. We were kind of doing it for 12 months to spend time together and enjoy spending time together. And yeah, at the end of the day, we really had a bit of a thought about, were we really enjoying spending the time together?
We didn't
doing
enjoy
that?
spending time together that day. Oh, we did. by the way.
We were still together, but it was hard. It was hard. So I think for us, the Great Ocean Road, this might be controversial. The Great Ocean Road was really great for adults. I mean, we could be amazed and look at all of the wonderful rock formations, but for the girls, once they'd kind of seen one rock sticking out of the ocean, they'd seen another rock sticking out of the ocean, and seeing another 5 stops of rocks sticking out of the ocean in different shapes, they were done.
So we went home and licked our wounds and tried again the next day.
We did.
Went out and had a look at a couple of the other spots, which was better because it was...
Oh, we did stop on the way
sorry.
home.
Yeah.
I was going to say, we did stop
There
on
was,
the way
it was
home.
rescued. The afternoon was rescued at Port Campbell.
Port
so
Campbell
we
rescued our afternoon.
dipped our feet in the water. So that was our first ocean since we started our trip, really.
So I think that's the other thing.
And it
We'd
was
spent so
beautiful.
much time inland,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we'd been really looking forward to getting to
Missing
the ocean,
the
and we'd
ocean.
seen the ocean, but it wasn't really ocean that we could swim and play
The
in and just
girls-
relax and enjoy. And the girls kind
Oh,
of
it
didn't
was
see the point in walking
fantastic.
along beaches and looking at ocean when you couldn't get in it. So we
Yeah.
did stop at Port Campbell on the way home.
It was
it was
awesome.
a lifesaver. It was beautiful. A little kind of inlet there, which was really protected. They had a lovely
yeah.
beach, but yeah, really lovely protected
Fantastic.
area. Yep, really nice spot.
So the next day we went back and just did a couple of short trips. So we looked at Lockhart Gorge, Gibson Steps,
Yep.
and the London Bridge.
The London Arch,
London
the
Arch.
bridge, yeah.
Yeah, which was
Used
which
to
was
look
good.
more like a bridge because it did actually
Yeah.
connect to the
And
mainland.
again,
but-
the girls learned a bit about the history of what happened there, and
Yeah. and Lockhart Gorge, I mean, the history and the tragedy of the shipwreck there
Yeah, the
was,
really good walk.
you know, fascinating.
and you get to unravel the story or learn about the story of what happened with the shipwreck of the Lockhart.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool.
yeah. So,
not for obviously the shipwreck itself, but just to
No.
learn about the history of it, how the
yeah.
2 survivors just got out of the gorge because there
Oh.
is a sheer cliff and someone climbed out of it. Unbelievable.
Impossible to manage. But
They're really cool.
yeah, we made it a much more manageable day.
Yeah. We did.
And it was a much more enjoyable day.
And I guess so from there, that was our time done for the Great Ocean Road, and we were moving on. So we left Timboon and stayed at a little free camp
In
in
Panmure,
Panmure, which was just by the highway, just so we could explore Warrnambool.
yes.
So we spent half a day in Warrnambool. Really cool park in Warrnambool, very beautiful spot.
Yeah.
We didn't do too much there because we didn't take Charlie into a lot. We hadn't planned to put him in anywhere, but really awesome big playground for kids, which the girls
And
had.
Lake Petobe,
Petobe, yep. That was really awesome. So a good playground to find for
and
the
some
girls.
nice beach walk, kind of behind the beach walks. We've got some really well developed
Yeah.
pathways there.
And the girls jumped in the water for a little bit, but it was a bit windy and a bit seaweedy, so we didn't stay in.
Yeah. So we enjoyed stopping at Warrnambool.
We did,
But
yeah.
we didn't find it overly dog friendly. There was a lot of signage saying where dogs couldn't go.
Yeah, all the
Um,
nice parks where the playgrounds were, you couldn't go near with the dogs. So
No,
Yeah.
a lot of beaches.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we didn't really spend a lot of time there.
No.
But if you're not travelling with a dog, that might be something
yeah,
that
it's
suits you
consider.
better.
Yeah. And then so we're finishing up our time at the campsite at Panmure. There was a really cool diving board with a
Water
lake.
hole, yeah.
So we jumped in there a few times. The girls had good fun. It was good for a rinse off.
Yep.
Nice refreshing.
Yeah.
Jump in the lake.
Yeah.
Learned a bit about the history of Panmure and the flooding many years ago.
Yeah.
'Cause
It's an
right on the
alright
river.
spot
It
to
is.
stop. There's really nothing
We
there.
were invited into the backyard of one of the local residents'
You
veggie
meet
garden
the
and
best people while you're travelling.
pulled out some huge carrots for the girls and learned
So
about
great.
his old church house that he
Yes.
restored and his
His
school
church and
house,
school that have been brought
which
in
is really cool. So
together.
another one of those things you do on the road, you just chat to people and
So great.
lots of people, so you get
So
to
great.
meet some nice.
Yeah, it's been fantastic.
And from there, it was going to our last stop, which was the Fitzroy River. We were on our way to the Fitzroy River campsite, so we stopped in at Port
We stopped in at Port Fairy
Fairy.
quickly for a lunch break
Yep.
and a bit of a swim and a bit of a walk. And Port Fairy was lovely.
Oh, beautiful little city.
It was lovely.
The weather was awesome.
So cute.
The beach we got to was the best beach we'd had so
Oh,
far. It was nice
yeah.
and clear and a little bit cool, Tassie-like, the water.
It was a little
But
bit,
it
but there
was,
was a little protected kind of area where there was a dog-friendly beach.
Yeah.
And they were doing some stand-up paddleboarding kind of starter lessons there. So
Yeah.
obviously it's a really good
And you can
area.
camp at Port Fairy, like I think there's a caravan park.
Oh,
and
yes,
There's
yep.
not many free camps, so
Yep,
we kept going to Fitzroy River campsite where we spent the last week of our time in Victoria there.
Yeah. So we booked in for one night.
Yeah, this
I think we said we'd pay for one night because it was $10 a night, so really affordable.
Yeah.
We booked in for $10 a night. It has drop toilets, but no showers,
But again, on the river.
no water.
Yeah, close to the river and the beach.
Yep. Yep.
So
And you can drive your car onto the beach as well, so
Yeah.
you can have a bit of an
which
adventure.
we did. So we ended up booking for a week there, which is only $50 for the week. So
$50 for the week.
The caretaker there was awesome.
So great.
so
It
you
was
got- you
really
got-
lush green grass.
Yeah.
Like it was a really nice,
Very nice.
clean campground to be on.
And it got a bit busy on the weekend because that was Australia Day weekend. So we just had a few neighbours very close. But apart from that, it was pretty nice. We met a nice neighbour who we had some really good chats to and gave us some hints on travelling on the road. And that was, again, a nice thing.
We met
to
lots of nice
meet some
older
really good-
kind of people that have been
Ah.
travelling on the road for quite a while there.
Yeah, mature. Seasoned.
Just older than us.
Older than us, which is getting harder. to find.
And
Yeah.
they were all lovely.
Yeah.
They were all lovely. They, because we were there for a week.
Yeah.
They got to know the girls really well.
Hmm.
We had someone dropping in biscuits regularly for the girls for morning tea.
Yeah,
The girls were entertaining them with circus performances,
Yeah,
and they strung up their
Axing their
hammocks.
two highs and
yeah.
that kind of thing. But that campsite was really nice because we
Great
could
spot.
go out to the beach. We could drive out there or walk out there. The drive
Yep.
out there was pretty easy on that. We didn't have to do anything to the tyres, just put in four-wheel drive and probably didn't even need four-wheel drive. We spent a fair bit of time out on the water. There was a nice little...
And the little kind of where the river comes in
Yeah, the girls
from
liked
the
it in
ocean.
there.
It was this beautiful spot,
It
just
was
magic for them to
fantastic.
play in there.
Yeah. And apart from that, we did mission over to Portland a few times and explored the town of Portland, which is kind of similar to Burnie, near where we're from
A
in a
little
way. 'cause
bit.
It's got a big...
It's got the...
But probably...
the sawdust.
Yeah,
pile. The
wood chip piles.
wood chip, that's right.
But they do have a big harbour where they have some boats docked
Yeah, they
there
do.
as well.
Yeah,
so.
it's a nice area to walk on
marina
before sure.
kind
They've
of
also
area.
got the cable tram there
Cable
for people to
tram,
go on,
yep.
which we didn't go on.
There's
We'd been on the
a-
tram not too long before.
No, there's a museum, which is
A
around the
whaling
whaling
kind of
from
the- yep.
from their past. And it's just a nice little town.
Yeah, but I mean, but it's kind of a good spot because it's got all of your groceries to stock up and those sorts of things there. Nice,
So we did that.
convenient.
And, yeah, just spent our last couple of days there chilling out, relaxing, doing some schoolwork,
Yeah,
doing a bit of...
just kind of catching up on things that the girls had wanted to do, finish off some stuff.
But yeah, it was really, really nice there. Good to recharge the batteries and stop travelling for a little while.
It was, which
because
seems
we
a funny thing.
stop-started,
It seems a funny
stop-started
thing
for
to
a
say
while.
that we needed to kind of have a bit of a rest and a recharge because it does seem like we're just constantly resting all the
So if you can
time.
find a good spot,
but-
just stay there for a while. Which is,
Yeah.
I'd recommend. Because you do spend a couple of nights here, a couple of nights there, and at the end you just want to stay somewhere.
Yeah, well, we do sometimes, yeah.
So that was really good to do that.
And because also, I mean, depending on the way that you're travelling, like for us, set up and pack up takes a little while. It's not kind of a 15-minute, half-hour job.
Yeah.
So it takes us a little bit of effort to kind of set up and pack
So
up. And,
when we unpack the full annex, it takes a little while longer, which we did with this last stuff.
yeah,
But we've only got out twice so far.
we have. Well, it's been really good weather, really.
Yeah. It's,
So,
yeah, a
yeah.
bit windy in places, but not too
Mm. Yep.
Yep. And so from here, have we missed anything?
Have we missed anything?
I think that pretty much covers our
Our itinerary?
our last bit of Victoria.
Yep.
We've enjoyed Victoria as our first destination on our trip, but
Yeah.
we're really looking forward to getting to South Australia because we haven't really ever done much in South Australia.
No, not a lot. And
we'll-
South Australia, everyone has said, bit of a hidden gem, South Australia. You'll be surprised when you get there. There's all sorts of incredible spots that you didn't know about. So that will be really cool.
We
That will be
will-
really cool.
We will find out very shortly.
Yeah.
So we're off to, where's our next stop?
Well, straight up, first up
South
in South
Australia.
Australia, we're heading to Mount Gambier,
Which
which is somewhere I don't know anything about yet.
No, we'll find out.
Really cool.
All right, we'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye.